It's got to be addressed, but I don't really want to spend too much time on it. Jada Parker is on social media. She's not really defending herself for liking a tweet or an Instagram post or some nonsense like that. But ultimately, that's what's going on here is that she liked something on Instagram, it made itself to Twitter, and she starts getting into all this mess with all these bots and all these other people. What happened? Well, a site called Spiritual Word posted this. The U.S. House has passed a bill to ban transgender athletes from competing in women and girls sports at federally funded schools. It says the U.S. House of Representatives has passed legislation known as Protection of Women and Girls in Sports Act, which aims to prevent transgender athletes, specifically those who are assigned male at birth, from participating in sports teams designed for women and girls at schools and colleges that receive federal funding. This bill defines sex based on reproductive biology and genetics at birth for the purpose of athletic participation under Title IX, which prohibits sex-based discrimination in education programs. I don't like this idea of sex at birth or signed at birth. I mean, come on, get real. Now, she liked this and it popped up, and then a fan saw this, immediately ran to Twitter because that's what they do. And so she responded by saying, if you're going to check me, come correct. God bless. Then somebody says, you're not going to give us any context? She says, I love to, but he says the person wants to be messy, and that's fine because ignorance is contagious. But what they're not going to do is come at my name because my opinion doesn't align with theirs and clearly don't know how to educate themselves on the real definition of being transphobic. Then she says, it's 2025 and opinion really pissed y'all off, huh? Then she continues by saying, don't get nothing twisted. I support the LGBT community, but I am a woman who also play D1 sports. And if y'all can't understand that, I don't know what else to tell you. And she kind of left it at that. So after this, the social media trolls started spreading rumors that she was having sex with Jey Uso. Believe it or not, that is what happened. And I have not, of course, there's a video out there of her drinking out of a boot next to some guy who has the same skin color as Jey Uso. But the only other person I can recognize in the damn video is Grayson Waller. But I'll probably post the video if I remember to. Hopefully I remember. In any event, the importance here is she put out a statement, which she really didn't need to do. She didn't really need to try to explain anything at all. She knew what was happening here, and wrestlers need to be smarter. Stop engaging with people who don't deserve your attention. That's the first problem. Second, when people say, I support the LGBTQ community, what does that mean? What does it mean to support that community? Because by certain people's definition, I might support that community. But there's no specifics. You know, when you say you support this community, do you support everything? Clearly, no. Because she doesn't support males being in girls' sports, which is absolutely 100% the right thing to not support. If you're going to turn down something, males being in female sports is one thing to refuse. But is there other things? How many of these things do you have to agree with before you can say you're in compliance with the LGBTQ community? Is it 100%? Do they have to keep creating things out of thin air and you have to agree with them? Or can you have a measured support of a community? If I support, let's say, my little brother, if I ever tell him no, does that mean I don't support him anymore? Does it mean I love him less because I told him no? In this one instance, or these 2 or 3 instances, or over the course of his 36 years of life, he probably heard me say, I'm not going to go with that one. I can't rock with that. Does that erase all the other things that I supported him on? No. So why are we treating entire phantom groups of communities the exact same way? Because she doesn't agree with this one thing. All of a sudden, she's a transphobe, homophobe, and she's out here clearly having sex with 40-year-old married wrestlers. Get real. But here's the next point that I really kind of pissed me off. You see what happens when people don't like you? They just spread rumors about you. And it came almost completely out of nowhere. I don't think there's ever been a picture, a video, or anything that suggests Jada Parker and Jey Uso are having sex. That completely came out of nowhere. Completely out of left field. It was not heard about at all, period, until she made a comment that these people didn't like. Now, all of a sudden, she's having sex with married wrestlers, and it's all over social media. Get real. Come on, man. Like, just, you cannot be faker than this. I don't even want to get into the nuts and bolts of should boys be in girls' sports. No, and girls shouldn't be in boys' sports. That's obvious. Yes, the assigned at birth is a misnomer. Biology is not assigned. It is recognized. That is stupid. It is dumb thinking. And you would have to be an idiot to use that kind of language. I am thinking more along the lines of, she says she is supportive of the community, but she ain't rocking with this. Instead of people saying, okay, I see where you might come from. She played sports. She knows what it means to be an athlete and, to actually have to compete. She knows that there's biological difference between males and females. Everybody does, but they pretend that they don't. And there's a lot of people out here. I think Joey Janela might have been somebody who responded to this by saying wrestlers destroy their fan bases by doing stuff like this. It's like, look, you can be gay for pay. Not everybody else has to be. You can get down on your hands and knees and lick the boots of whoever you want because they pay your way. Not everybody's going to do that. Not everybody has to. What she did wasn't even really offensive. She liked something. And that people decided, we're just going to take this and make this a thing because I'm bored and I have no life on social media. And that's what it is. And she didn't back down from it. I support that. I support 100% her standing 10 toes down on this. So that's the story. There's no need to go into it because it's not really a roast. Everybody's just calling her transphobic and saying she had sex with Jey Uso. I don't know where that thing even came from. And the only evidence is her in a club drinking out of a boot with Grayson Waller and some vaguely Polynesian guy standing next to her. I don't even know if they're together or not. And it doesn't look that much like Jey Uso. So this is ridiculous. And even if it was true, let's say that it was true, it still doesn't make what she liked untrue. It still doesn't make her a person who hates trans people or hates gay people. So what was the purpose of spreading this rumor, of spreading this slander, this defamation? The point is to distract from the issue so that you won't actually talk about the issue. And that's ridiculous.
Yeah. We're just gonna